Good afternoon, dear friends. Welcome in Adina Group's Department of Mechanical Engineering video lectures. I, Vikas Mukhriya, is going to deliver a lecture on law of gearing. So, what is law of gearing? Law of gearing states that the common normal at the point of contact between two gas teeth must always pass through the pitch point. इसका मतलब है जब दो गैर आपस में मेट करते हैं, रोल करते हैं, तो उनके बीच में रोलिंग पॉइंट पर जहाँ पर वो रोलिंग हो रही है वहाँ पर एक इमेजनरी सर्कल बनता है. वो इमेजनरी सर्कल को हम बोलते हैं पिच सर्कल. जहाँ पर पिच सर्कल आपस में जुड़ते हैं या पॉइंट ऑफ कांटेक्ट होता है उसे हम बोलते हैं पिच पॉइंट. सो फ्रॉम अ डायग्राम वी कैन सी over here that is a imaginary circle form over here for gear A. Similarly, a imaginary circle is formed for gear B. So they both are matching at point P. So that P point is known as pitch point. And the imaginary circles are known as pitch circles. Pitch circles. So according to statement, according to law, they said that point of contact between two gas teeth must always pass through the pitch point. तो इनका जो कॉमन नॉर्मल होगा ये पिच पॉइंट से गुजरेगा. तो ये पिच पॉइंट से गुजर रहा है. ये यहाँ पर मैश हो रहे थे दोनों टीथ. ये पहला वाला गेयर का टीथ है, ये सेकंड वाले गेयर का टीथ है. ये दोनों आपस में यहाँ मिल रहे थे क्यू पॉइंट पर. यहाँ से गुजर रहा है इनका कॉमन नॉर्मल जो कि कहाँ से पास होता हुआ जा रहा है, पिच पॉइंट से. अब हम देखेंगे फ्रॉम अ डायग्राम बी से क्यू तक जो है ये इनकी रेडियल रेडियस है. सिमिलरली ए से क्यू भी क्या है, इनकी रेडियस है. जो गेयर ए है वो एंटी क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन में और जो गेयर बी है उसका टूथ क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन में रोटेट हो रहा है. तो इनकी एंगुलर वेलोसिटी हम देंगे ओमेगा 1 से और इसकी देंगे हम ओमेगा 2 से. इसके बाद इन्होंने क्या कहा है, जो इनका दूसरा स्टेटमेंट है, दे सेड दैट द कंडीशन मस्ट बी फुलफिल्ड बाय द गेयर टूथ प्रोफाइल टू मेंटेन कांस्टेंट एंगुलर वेलोसिटी रेशियो बिटवीन टू गेयर्स. इसका मतलब है हमेशा दोनों गेयर के बीच में जो टूथ प्रोफाइल होंगे वो कांस्टेंट वेलोसिटी रेशियो को मेंटेन करके रखेंगे, क्योंकि उनकी रेडियस करस्पॉन्डिंग एंगल या सिमिलर ट्रायंगल प्रॉपर्टीज़ को फॉलो करेगा और हर प्लेस पर उनकी रेडियस सेम होने के कारण कांस्टेंट वेलोसिटी रेशियो जनरेट होगी. तो इसको हम आइए देखते हैं कैसे प्रूव करेंगे. इसके लिए हमें क्या करना है, सबसे पहले जो हमारा गेयर ए है इससे हमें कॉमन नॉर्मल पर एक परपेंडिकुलर प्रोजेक्ट करना है. सिमिलरली जो हमारा गेयर बी है इससे भी हमें एक कॉमन नॉर्मल प्रोजेक्ट करना है कॉमन नॉर्मल पर. तो ये जो राइट एंगल जो प्रोजेक्शन डाला है हमने ये और इसका जो रेडियस है इनके बीच में जो एंगल जनरेट होगा डेट इज़ अल्फ़ा. सिमिलरली जो रेडियस है बी क्यू और ये जो हमने प्रोजेक्शन डाला है इनके बीच का जो एंगल होगा डेट इज बीटा. एज वी नो दैट फ्रॉम द रिलेटिव वेलोसिटी ट्राइंगल्स दैट gears are making a turning pair because they are turning with respect to each other. When they are turning, so there is an angular velocity. So we know that a relation between a linear velocity to angular velocity. So linear velocity is always equals to the product of angular velocity with the radius. So there we can see that is the radius BQ, and for the gear A, the AQ is the radius. So from relative velocity triangle, the linear velocity is always exist to the perpendicular component of radial velocity. So that is the velocity, relative velocity or linear velocity for point V. So that is denoted by BV. Similarly, for gear a relative velocity is perpendicular to the AQ. So that is denoted by VA. That is VA. So they lie on the same projection. When take it separately or make it a free body diagram of particular portion, that is our common normal and that is our common tangent. So from diagram we can easily take that is our velocity V, that is our velocity A, which makes an angle of alpha with the radius and beta with the radius. Now we can resolve it easily, as we know that VB and VA are inclined components in particular figure. So for getting a horizontal component and vertical component of inclined velocities, we have to resolve it. As we know that sin alpha stands for perpendicular to the hypotenuse. So from figure we can easily see that that is hypotenuse and that is base. So angle always exists between base and hypotenuse. For getting the value of this component, we have to find perpendicular component. So perpendicular component equals to the product of hypotenuse into sin alpha. So P equals to H is VB sin alpha. Similarly, for VA component, we can easily get the value of perpendicular component. So that is equals to VA sin alpha. Now we have to resolve along the direction of normal. So that is that is equals to the base. So base always comes in cos alpha. Cos alpha equals to base upon hypotenuse. So for the value of base, we can multiply hypotenuse with the cos alpha. So hypotenuse equals to VB cos alpha, VB cos beta, and similarly for a velocity we get VA cos alpha from this figure. Now when we resolve all the velocities along the common normal direction, so as we know that the relative velocity at common normal direction is always 0. So we take summation of all vertical velocity or normal velocity is always equals to 0. So normal velocity in this figure are, that is the normal velocity, VA sin alpha and VB sin beta, both are normal velocity. So from the figure we can easily say that one gear is moving in clockwise direction, another gear is rotating in anti-clockwise direction. So the direction of both the vertical components are opposite to each other. That's why I have taken a velocity of a gear in a vertical direction is positive, whereas velocity of V gear in normal direction is negative. So VA cos alpha minus VB cos beta, which is equals to 0. When we bring that particular portion to the right side, we got VA cos alpha equals to VB cos beta. As we know that from the relation linear velocity is always equals to angular velocity into radius, we can say that linear velocity stands for V and angular velocity is given by omega, and whereas radius is given by r. So when we put that relation onto this equation, we get omega 1, because gear A is rotating with angular velocity omega 1. So here we can write omega 1 into radius. What is the radius? Radius of gear A is A to Q, where the gear met. So AQ is the radius and cos alpha remains same, equals to BV. VV is also a linear velocity. When we put that relation into equation 1, we get omega 2, because gear V is moving with the velocity v. So when we put the relation, we get omega 2, because that is the angular velocity of gear V is omega 2 and its radius is B2q, so BQ, and cos beta remains same. Now we find the value of cos alpha and cos beta. Cos alpha and cos beta. By using a geometry of the figure, we can easily determine the value of cos alpha and cos beta. From this figure, we can easily get, as we know, cos alpha equals to base upon hypotenuse. So here a base is an, and that is our hypotenuse. So an is a base and AQ is a hypotenuse. Similarly, for cos beta, by using this relation base upon hypotenuse, from this side we can easily determine the value of cos beta. So that is our base, BM is base and BQ is the radius. When we put the value of cos alpha and cos beta in this equation, we get an by AQ, and on putting value of cos beta we get BM by BQ. So from equation we can easily see that there is an AQ and AQ both get cancelled with each other. Similarly in right side, BQ and BQ will be cancelled. So when we take omega to the left side and rest of the terms to the right side, we get omega 1 by omega 2, and on right side we get Bm by An. So by taking a similar triangle properties, we can also take Bm by An as Bm by Bm by An as AP into BP. BP by AP. So that is our particular terms which we get by using of similar triangle properties. We can also write it as AQ to the BQ, because at every radius, for if we take AQ as a radius, if we move it like that, so that is also equals to AP. If we move towards upward direction, then it is also equals to AN. That's why I have taken it BM equals to BP or equals to AQ. Similarly, AN equals to AP or equals to BQ. So that we get the required equation which says that the angular velocity is always remains constant for two gas. Thank you guys. Thank you very much.